He's trying to say that
I
the
have
level
to
of
do
the
the same
questions
thing
is gonna be different, like for
because
the middle and the junior positions.
they will ask me the only on React, JavaScript if I will have a 5 years experience, or they will add some additional different like tricky.
So it's a bit kind of interesting, right? Because if you say I have 2 years of experience, they will try to check, do you know JavaScript for sure? Are you sure? Do you know React very well? They will try to assess many details. If you say I have 3 or 4 years, they will assume, okay, this person already been working. They should know these things. And they will ask some of the questions, not all of them, because you are saying that you have experience, you went through like a lot of work job or like, responsibilities, so like, there is no point asking like what is var let if you say you have 4 years of experience with JavaScript. But if you say only 2 years, I'm like, okay, do you still know for sure why we using let and const? And I can ask what is like, basic questions. So it doesn't really matter. Uh, if you want, you can create two different resumes and then apply. But if it's a technical interview, they will still ask about JavaScript. Some companies focus more, like they can ask 20 questions. Some companies or interviewers, they can ask 5 questions, like really deep knowledge of questions, and then it will be enough for them.
How about adding like the frameworks, libraries, what you don't even know? Like some people,
So if it's something that you can learn in 1 week, you can put it there and then start learning whenever you have free time, whenever you find it interesting.
if you don't really know, you don't have to put it in your resume, right?
Yeah, because you will get recruiters and they will ask questions before the interview and you will fail immediately. So it depends. So if you are talking about Redux or Next.js or GraphQL, it's still related to frontend. So you have to kind of know them. If you don't know, it's okay. But if you know, it's a good plus. Okay, it's a big plus. But if you are saying, I want to learn Python at the same time as JavaScript, then I would say let's focus on one for now. And once you find a job or once there is a need for learning new languages, you can learn those. Okay. So this part we already covered it. I will share this document at the end. So if you missed the class, beginning of the class, you can still review it. Uh, Talking about the lengths, try to make it just one page. The templates that we send you already, those are usually like one page. So you will have a two or more than one page when you have more than like 5, 6 years of experience. Okay. Uh, 2 pages is okay, but it's not really necessary. Like you can fit it into one. Okay. um, List experiences in bullet points and columns. So when you are listing your skills, try to use like every space, okay? Like one column of your front-end skills, another your, I don't know, interpersonal skills, and the last one could be just another soft skills, okay? Columns for skills and list experience like bullet points like this. So let's say this is your company name and your responsibilities should be in the bullet points. Okay. And this space, even this space, you can use it, you can move it. If you don't know, please let me know. For typos, you can always copy whole text here and then put into the chat GPT, check for typos because um, recruiters, do you guys know that recruiters spend like less than 10 seconds for one resume? So they get a lot of resumes. They have like 7 seconds on average to take a look and then see, okay, this person, okay, have a React, good. Okay, they have a bachelor's, okay, good. They will just move on. If you don't impress, like within 10 seconds, they will skip you. So uh, try to remove or check for the typos. If there is some mistakes, it will indicate that this person didn't spend enough time reviewing the resume. They didn't send to others or they didn't review with somebody else. Because when you make a typo, you will be like, okay, this is correct. You didn't notice first time, you will not notice in the second time, and you will just don't pay attention, right? Any questions so far?
But what can I write in education? I don't have anything related to just anything. To be honest, I didn't even start university.
Mhm. So in that case, you can say that you went through a bootcamp, but the graduation date, you should put it just sometime in the past, not like tomorrow or in the next week. Okay.
So the bootcamp is really bad for them. I just
It's
heard
not, if you don't have an education, you have to put something, right?
I see. Okay.
Or overall, like you can just remove like all the education part and just leave it as is. And then when they ask, you can explain, I went to college but didn't graduate, but I went through a bootcamp and now I am working. Okay, let's talk about this part. I'm gonna cover a little bit. What do you guys think? What shouldn't be in the resume, like from your own experience? You can look at it here, but anyway, let's talk a little bit. I want to keep people more engaged.
It shouldn't, yes. I think it shouldn't be address.
Mm-hmm.
And no, the address it's fine. I don't know. So like phone number, email, and GitHub.
Who said that?
Maybe birth date, birthday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me open one example of resume, okay, and then we'll talk from there. Let me find resumes here. One of the resumes. Okay, do I have one? Okay, let me open this one, right? This is an example. So what do you guys think? What's wrong, or is it a birth date, Nursultan? Let's talk about. There is no place for birth date. So you don't have to put like personal details, okay? Even this address is like, it's not necessary. As you've seen it here. So title, full name. If you have a really long name and if it's difficult for American or for foreigners to pronounce it, use shorter version. Okay, my real name is Kushtar Bek, but I use Kushtar, so it's easier to remember. Okay, uh, Sultan, I don't know, it's still kind of easier name, so you can keep it. Others, I think you don't have any problem. You have a shorter version already. In terms of the contact information, phone number, email, your LinkedIn, GitHub, and address. And when I say address, it's city and state only. Okay, it's kind of tricky. From the example, you've seen an address, but again, you don't have to put your specific address, just city and the state, or country and the city. Summary, this part, usually you will have a summary, right? So at that point, make it short, make it professional, okay? 4 sentences maximum. More than 4, it's already redundant. You don't want to read it. And you just lose some space there. Skills. Let's talk about what kind of skills you should include when you are listing a resume. Let me find one real examples and we will discuss it. Okay, guys, come on. Let's talk. Otherwise, you just sit there and you don't pay attention.
Yeah, I thought you just want to show, and after that we will talk.
Let's talk before showing.
The basic it's HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Mhm.
From library it's React, and read. I'm not sure about Redux. Should I be like, like how popular is Redux?
You just asking random questions? Yeah.
I was talking about the skills what we need to know.
Mhm.
I'm not sure about Redux. Do we really need to know Redux? Do we need to focus on Redux, or will
Mm.
better focus on TypeScript, the GraphQL, and other stuff?
Why do you think I included in the examples?
I didn't see it. all list what you included.
So here, main things to look for.
Oh, I see.
So
I
see,
was heard from some people and like even instruction that you can focus on. Okay.
okay, Redux is popular, and especially if you're trying to join bigger companies, okay? So there should be some technology to manage their state. So it will be Redux or Mobex. In some cases, it could be just GraphQL. So if you know, it means you have more experience, you can cover more responsibilities. Okay. The resume I wanted to show here, it's not for front end, but what do you guys see unusual here? This part I wouldn't really worry about right now, but skills. So some people say how many lines they wrote in programming. So see, they say 5,000
Do
lines.
they really count?
Some people do it. Fine.
Like that's mm, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Why
So
why they wanna include it? Like it doesn't matter how much you write.
maybe you had a friend who would always compete with the lines, and then you still
Oh,
have it.
maybe.
Yeah. So work on your LinkedIn for sure. Research it, how to improve, what you can do to get more recruiters. Because if you don't include skills, if you don't have your company's responsibilities information, you will not pop up in the job search or in the recruiter search. Okay. So work experience, try to improve it, see different examples. You have our greatest tool, LinkedIn. Search for different people, see what they wrote in their descriptions or in the job responsibilities. Try to use those, okay? If you see something, okay, how you can use it in your resume. Sometimes you have to copy it, but still try to make it your personal experience, okay? Don't forget about company name and the time you worked there, your education and awards. Awards, not really necessary, but sometimes you can leave them. This is just more slides here. So if some people ask, should I put education first or should I put education at the end? So as you can see, if you are like recent graduate, you have to show that you done some good job at college or university. So you're showing that you have a fresh knowledge, okay? But if you are more experienced, your education is kind of getting outdated, but you have more experience from the industry. That's why you put your work experience. Okay. So when you are putting a graduation or when you graduated from spring, or I mean from school, try to put like months and a year. Sometimes just year is enough. If you are still attending, you can put this way, like anticipated graduation date. So the resume basics. List programming languages at the top because this will help you with the job, with the search engines. Okay. If you say, I know only JavaScript, you will show up in the JavaScript searches. So recruiters, when they are looking for candidates, when they are looking for new employees or new hires, they search by keywords. So if you have only JavaScript, you will show up in the JavaScript. But if you include HTML, CSS, and React, then you will cover more search filters. Okay. Experience part. So you want to put in the reverse order. I believe you know it. Employer position. What's it there? Bullet point description should be. So bullet points make it shorter, but try to give the context of the job. Okay, you cannot say I did some components and it was helpful for others. So try to describe what kind of project, how it helped, and what was the impact. Okay, we will go through this again and again because it's not an easy topic. Does it all make sense? Whatever I say so far? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. So if it's getting too long, like let's say this is your bullet point, right, in the resume. If it's taking more than one line, like let's say in this example, so you don't want to leave this space empty again. So try to add more value there. So let's say you are talking about React experience and it's a little longer than the one line, then try to add one more like idea here. Like, okay, I did React and it was e-commerce application. And then maybe you say with 1 million of users. So it already gives you some scale, okay? Use action words like debugged, developed, implemented. And by the way, start using these technical terminologies like implemented, created, designed, uh, like architecture or I don't know. Okay, try to learn, uh, translate it, see the meaning of it, understand for yourself and how to use those. And then during the interview, you will sound more natural. If you don't use it in your daily life, during the interview, it will be kind of awkward, like saying some technical jargons, and it will not like impress others. So if you keep using it, it will be like your normal life. These are the awards. So these are also like optional. Is it clear? What else you gonna, let me open my LinkedIn maybe. Okay, it's not here. It's not this one. 1 second. I have a lot of tabs, so I have to figure it out. So here, I don't know, I'm gonna show just mine. Okay, so try to make it clear what's your like title here, and we'll show, okay, this person is looking for full stack job. If you say front-end developer, it will be clear, okay, it's person looking for a front-end developer job, okay? Here, you have to have at least 500 connections. Whenever you feel bored, open your LinkedIn, start adding new people. It's good if you know those people. If not, it's still okay. Try to connect to many people, especially those who are working in the IT field, especially front-end or software engineers, okay? Why? Because recruiters, they are using this network also. So let's say you know 200 developers in your area. So when the recruiter is searching for new people, they will find you through other people from your connections. Okay. If you only know people from your home country and then your neighbors and your friends, maybe it will not help for the recruiters to find you. But if you have people from the industry, or if you follow, I don't know, some influencers like in the IT field, or if you know recruiters, a lot of recruiters from your field, from your area, it will help you to be visible by others, okay, by other recruiters. Here, you have a section, you can include front-end developer, front-end engineer, senior, UI, React developer roles, okay? This part, you should add your summary. So here it's okay to add more lines, more sentences, but in the resume, make it, keep it short, okay? 4 sentences, it's the ideal, okay? Here you can add more, you can even double it. So, but not too many, because if you put too many sentences, I will not really read it. I will just skip. Top skills you can include also, okay? API, JavaScript, React, GraphQL, Node.js, and there are more. What kind of services? This is, you can change it, you can remove it, it's up to you. Try to make some posts if you can, okay? Don't share those like funny videos. It's not helping you, okay? So try to share something that's really interesting, something that will be interesting for others in your field, say in IT field, in the technologies, I don't know, maybe some local news, okay? So it means for the recruiters that you are alive, right? You are real person. You share something, you learn, you want others to know. So kind of keep it simple. Also, don't share too many stuff, okay? Because it creates like negative impression sometimes. Your experience part, and then so you put more description here. Again, in the resume, I keep it short, but in the LinkedIn, I try to put full sentences. I try to put more details. Okay. Uh, Previous companies, if you have internship, you can include it. It's not problem, your education part. And if you can pass some of the certifications from the LinkedIn, it will be here. So try to use, if you want to study or watch some tutorials, try to watch from the LinkedIn, and then you will have this kind of badge. Okay. And if you have a recommendation, try to ask from your coworkers or someone who can give you a good recommendation. It's not necessary like 100%, but if you have it, it's good. Okay. And what is the skills? Did I skip it? Yeah, skills here. So why you think there are more than 50? Because it covers more search engines. Okay. So CI/CD, like QA, I have those. Some database skills, right? Experience, web development. Sometimes recruiters search for web development because somewhere it's mentioned that the role they are hiring for says we are looking or we are building web application. Oh, recruiters think, okay, we need to search for web developers. Okay, whatever you know, try to add it here because it's kind of covers, like checks a lot of filters for the recruiters. If you don't know how to search for people, you can always search for front-end developer here. Developer, and then you will see your immediate connections, or you can search for new people. So as you can see, like more than 1 million people just within one search, and you can search by specific location or through your mutual connections. It means that, okay, some of your friends know this person, or you have a common friend, okay? Let's see this one. Person is working at Apple. So as you can see, it's simple. Title is front-end developer at Apple. And then you can add one like message. What are you doing? Why you are doing? Okay. If you have a website, if you have some good portfolio, here's the place. Let's check it out. All right. At Apple, really simple, like Apple's products, right? And minimalistic. Okay. So resume is there for sure. Email. So if I click, it will open a email, GitHub. Let's see, GitHub. Okay, same photo, same information, which is great. And some of the projects. So as you can see, there is no commits or no codes there, but it's okay. Sometimes you work for the private repository within the company and you don't post it to the public one. So you can explain it that way. So nothing. Okay, this person been spending a lot of time preparing or building some of the applications in like 2020 and 21 during the pandemic, maybe. Okay. So try to add your location. If you want to use your link, I mean your GitHub as your portfolio, then try work on it. Okay. Spend some time. Um, I guess I can share mine also here. How I built mine.
A bit here. As a
Yeah.
recruiter, will you check like his repositories, what kind of project he did? Like,
Recruiters?
yeah, because
No.
I have 3 repositories. First is like test something, then
Mhm.
try and like this. It
Mhm.
looks good.
But try to create more projects because it tells, okay, this person knows this, they are confident with GitHub. So if you practice more, you create more repositories. Okay. So one thing I wanted to show, or profile. So you can create something like this page, okay? Then you can add some works you've done. So, and you can add some emojis. So it will be like, it will serve some purpose, okay? Which one I was showing here? Just like here, you can keep it short or you can add more stuff here. And they even included social media. So that also works. That's it. This is their website, actually. You see, not many things, but it still works. So you can create something like this for yourself. Okay, it could be your first project in the GitHub. I don't know. Let's see. So current company, it's okay if you're not really like looking for new opportunities, but your previous companies, you have to have a description like this. So it says some of the accomplishments on the team. So, you know, you can get creative here. You can put whatever you want. So they are even mentioned what kind of teams they worked on because they changed the department. As you can see, it says web engineering growth team, and then he switched to internal tools team. Okay, you can change, you can do this kind of stuff. Skills, 14 skills. Still, so this person passed some of the assessments like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, which is awesome. Any questions? What do you guys want to know? Let's talk.
How to pass this LinkedIn skill? Is it some exam test?
So in your LinkedIn, you go here for learning, or sometimes when you apply for jobs, it will ask you to go through the assessment. So right now, your main social media should be LinkedIn. Forget about others like Instagram, Facebook, and spend more time on LinkedIn. Okay. The more you learn, the more you tweak around, you will learn how to improve your LinkedIn, and it will help you actually. Okay. So in the learning part, you can learn some of the courses here, a lot of them, by the way. Don't get overwhelmed. Choose specific one, finish that, and then move to something else. Don't start like 2, 3, or 4 different courses at the same time. Okay. So JavaScript arrays, so whatever you want, learn it, and then once you finish, if you pass their quizzes or assessment, it will be in your profile, and it will stay there for a long time. I don't know when they expires. Okay. Industry tools, interpersonal skills. By the way, try to add more things here as well. Sometimes it will be still part of the job. Let's talk about job descriptions. So let's see Chicago, okay? We have some people from Chicago. And then let me say content developer. And let's see. Okay, it's still showing me San Francisco, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, which one you guys want to see? Let's choose one.
Not senior, some middle. Here's almost seniors.
Yeah, any. Choose one.
Okay.
Let's say
How about
simple practice or plate. I don't know.
What's
Yeah.
web engineer, DLC, foundation?
Okay, I cannot open all of those, just one. Which one you
Maybe hello investing.
Hello investing? Okay. So how I review it, okay? You can learn like immediately from me, and it will be like really beneficial for you. So as soon as I open any company or any job description, I try to see, okay, when did they post it? 3 weeks ago. It means they already get more than 100 applications. Probably they already went through like shortlisting process. Now they are interviewing those. Okay. So if it's more than 3 weeks, it's kind of okay. You have to think, do I want to still apply? Will it be a waste of time? If you think you still want to try, you can apply. Okay. And next thing is location and hybrid or remote. So let's say you want to work in the office. If you don't mind hybrid, then it's good. And this part, don't really pay attention to this part because it shows the level of the job. Sometimes it's how to say it's not clear because here they say like 3 or 5 years, but it couldn't be an associate, right? Associate is like a entry level. Uh, this is only comes from LinkedIn itself. They people who post these jobs, they don't really indicate this part. It's just LinkedIn does it itself automatically. Okay, so if you see like, oh, it's a mid-level and I want to apply, but you see 5 years, it's not true. Okay, this part you don't have to pay attention. Skills, let's see. Okay, so let me just come from the top. So this part, it shows how many skills you have in your profile and does it match with the job description. Okay, so because I have React JavaScript, probably it says 5 of 5 skills is matching. Okay, this part you can read afterwards about the role. You can spend some time here. Okay, it's a UI developer at fintech. So if you have experience in the financial industry, or you have a degree, or you went to university studying financial uh, degree, then you have a really good chances here. If you have some experience building SaaS applications, you can still use it. Okay, so whatever you have in the past experience or in your whatever you have, you can use that, and you have to leverage it. Okay, you have to emphasize it so it will work for you. Primary responsibilities, as you can see, like responsible for front end. Okay, it's clear. Understanding how to work with several languages and frameworks. Okay, this is also important, but main part is this. Okay, it says JavaScript, React, and everything in between. It means in the company they have different tools they use, maybe specific technology, maybe they create their own, then they use it. So you have to willing to learn and then adapt quickly, learn, ask questions, and you can navigate through any issue. This part is kind of okay, it's part of the interview process, okay? And then what's required? So if you say I don't have bachelor's, always look to the second part. It says related field. So it means if you don't have computer science, you should have a degree, but you can have different experience. 5+ years. Sometimes they cannot put too many requirements and they just put 5 years. But sometimes it turns out that they have a option to hire someone with 3 years of experience and someone with 5 years. So try to see if you have really good matching skills, apply and see. Like if they reject you, it's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, rejection happens, and it doesn't mean that you don't have enough skills or you don't qualify. It means that something didn't match. That's it. You don't have to think or overthink about it. And then rest is just a part of the work again. If you see often like object-oriented programming or API, and if you don't know those terminologies, spend some time with Google, ChatGPT, ask what is API design, how it's related to front-end developer job, what's the basic things I have to know, like I must know, okay? And then it will give you some answers. Maybe you will not remember 100% what you learned, but at least you will have some answers. And benefits. So if you have these, it's good. Usually you will have these for full-time jobs. Okay. This comes from the job description. And then these are the skills added by the job poster. It means these are important for them in additional skills. And if you have premium account, you will see how many people are applying for this job. Here it says 373 people and 11 in the past day. So it means today or yesterday applied 11 people. And then levels, what kind of levels? So you don't have to really worry about this part, okay? As long as you see they are hiring and it's not like more than a month, or like if it's 1 week, you can still apply. 2 weeks, you can apply. 3 weeks, I would, think two times at least before you apply. This part just shows how many people are joining, how many people are leaving the company. So in 2022, they had 173 people. Right now, they have 127. It means they maybe laid off some people. Maybe they are, reducing their headcount. Okay. What else you guys want to see? Let's see.
Maybe we can take a look on more fresher ones.
Yeah. So I don't know which one is fresher. So usually you have to
Maybe
just,
we can filter out by the date posted.
okay, let's see past week.
Because sometimes the jobs like posted like 2 hours ago or 3 hours, they already have like 100 applicants.
Mhm.
Like how does it happen?
Sometimes
Yeah.
they have the job description, they just update it. But the count, how many applicants already applied, it just stays there. So sometimes
Mm.
they start search, like let's say they started in June and they did like 5 or 10 interviews and they hired only one person, and now they want to hire one more. So instead of creating new one, they just reposted.
Oh,
Stay there.
that.
So you never know. Sometimes they really hiring, sometimes they just put it listing there, but they don't hire. Okay. Coinbase, Broke Rabbit. Let me see. Is there any like famous companies? Oracle software developer. Is this one says 2 hours and 59. So it might be true, sometimes not true. I don't know.
Do they
So,
have like filter engine to filter all those resumes by the maybe bullet points somewhere?
there is something called ATS, application tracking system. So even before they start looking at your resume, they have to filter people. Because let's say you work for a really cool company and a bunch of people applied, like within one day you might have like 500 resumes. And sometimes it happens that you even don't have a chance to get into their ATS system because your resume is bad. So when you start applying, if you're not getting phone calls or emails from recruiters, okay, you have to think about your resume, about your profile in the LinkedIn. Because usually if you have a good profile, you will get attention from the recruiters. But if it's bad, no one will call you, no one will email you. Basically, you will not match any of their requirements. Okay. So these skills are all like mentioned. So if you cover some soft skills, it will be here. So you will still um, get into this filter. But if you don't have it, you might lose some opportunities.
Maybe you can also suggest our to us the more like different platform
For resume,
for job like
LinkedIn,
Indeed, yeah, maybe.
LinkedIn, Indeed.
Is it a good idea to apply on Indeed
Yeah. So let me just put in the chat at least.
or it's
So,
better to apply directly to the companies? Yeah.
no, usually if you search it in the LinkedIn, if
Oh, it
it,
has the link, yeah.
it has a link. So everyone uses LinkedIn these days. So it's better if you use just LinkedIn. So number one will be LinkedIn and Indeed.com. Try to avoid uh, Dice. Don't use it. Okay. That's my recommendation.
Oh wait.
Oh, a lot of scammers, a lot of Indian people there. Monster, that, what else is there? ZipRecruiter. But you know, I would focus on LinkedIn only. That's really a good one. What else is there? Who knows? I just don't remember some of the platforms. Indeed, Monster, Recruiter,
Glassdoor.
Glassdoor. Yeah, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's kind of shady. You don't know if they're really someone sitting there and really hiring. Okay, but number one is LinkedIn. So if you just search in the LinkedIn, like you will not lose opportunities from somewhere else. You will be in a good place anyway.
Start back in this list, some companies didn't indicate like how much they're gonna pay. Can we, how can we know like what they are?
Okay, can you repeat the question? What is it?
Yeah, some of companies didn't indicate how much they're gonna pay. Like
Mhm.
I see like 95K in a year, but some of them,
Usually you will have a pay range here or on top here. But if it's not there, you can look up this company's name in the Glassdoor and you can see there. But if it's not there, you should probably ask the recruiter. So usually it's there. But if you're applying for really like top companies, top tech companies, then levels FYI. Okay, let me just try again. Do you guys know this website? And then you can see, okay, L4, 175 for Google. Let's say you guys didn't mention these companies, that's why we didn't talk about those. But a lot of company names here you can find. If you can find, you can see. I don't know. Let's see. Let's say DoorDash or not DoorDash. Let's say Dell. So we can see. So this is the first level, usually like a associate or entry level. This one will be mid level. So this is our target, and then this is the salary. So stock and bonuses. Okay. It's a bit different, but still it gives you idea. Okay. So let's say it depends on the location as well. JP Morgan, I mean JP Morgan, right? We were talking about JP Morgan Chase. So if I would, in your case, I would do this. Okay, you have 3, 4 years of experience. So you are not associate. Okay, this is 120. I would ask for like 130 between this and these two. Okay, if you're applying for a job and it says 3 years of experience. By the way, 2 years of experience means you can go to this level if you have only 2 years of experience. If you have more than two, that's it. You can just ask this salary. So during the conversation with the recruiter, you can say, if they ask, what's the target salary you are targeting, right? You can say, what's your budget? So you don't give a number, okay? Usually you ask them to reveal what's the range. If they just refuse, you can ask, can you give me a range? What's the range you have a budget for this role? And then recruiters say they will try to lower it, okay? They are negotiating with you. So they are playing a game. They start with 120 because this is if they pay you lower, I mean they get more commissions. Okay. So if they say 120, you can say, okay, can we do 130? And they say, actually, it's 125 maximum. And then you say, okay, then let's do 125. All right. You don't want to be a vice president, so let's just see this part. If you want to learn more, you can click here and see different people's like these are ML AI full stack backend. But if you have an account, you can log in and you will see more details. Okay. You can see the reviews, like overview, how many employees. By the way, JP Morgan is the #1 US bank. Okay, let's discuss a little bit what kind of questions you have, even silly questions, and let's discuss what you
I
want to know.
have question
I have-
regarding about go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have a quick question. About like Marat told us, don't write in your resume graduate CTH bootcamp.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yes, we should do this. Yes, don't like another United States bootcamp.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's been a so if you search for SayTech in the LinkedIn, there is a profile, and everyone who graduated from SayTech, they included, and then it shows everyone looking for a front-end job. So we don't want that. Instead, try to use some different bootcamp because
Mhm.
you don't have to verify which bootcamp you attended. You just have to verify with your knowledge during the interview. They don't ask, did you really go to this bootcamp? Did you go to, I don't know, Full Stack Academy, or did you go to Dojo or something? So they just ask technical questions and you will give your answer. That's it. But they don't ask for like certification or diploma. So that's why it's still okay to mention that you went through a bootcamp, but instead of putting say tech and everyone is looking for a job, we just want to mention different one. So
Mhm.
because you know,
Yeah, I think it's good option. Yes.
yeah, because we know people who graduated from different boot camps as well. They find a job, and say tech alumni also find a job. Okay.
It will be kind of like clickbait. Yes, that's
Yep.
why. And okay, how about I want to like woman coding, something like this bootcamp. It sounds good.
Yeah, that's also good
Okay.
because it already shows that you know how to socialize, you know how to work with different people, and it means that you have already some like ideas, or you follow some of the movements. So sometimes it's really good for the company.
Thank you.
So that's why I was telling you, like, from now on, try to attend some conferences. Usually they are free, some meetups, some hackathons. Uh, Sometimes there is a hiring event. So see, like if you see, I mean, most of us living in the cities, right? So use this opportunity. Like you don't know, maybe you are passing through some of the streets every day, and you don't know there was a like really good company. There was a lot of events just next to your building, and you never check it out, and you never know about it. But start exploring, and you will definitely find some. What else I can
Thank
answer?
you.
You're welcome.
So Kushtar, is it good idea to do white formatting in the resume?
Yeah, that's more professional even.
It's just to hide the keyboards, right?
Not like hiding, but you know, usually resumes should be just white. So it's most appropriate.
So yeah, I'm looking at you because now yeah, for me, challenge a little bit about this, how to show QA experience. Yeah, because I'm going to so say it's not QA, just a software developer or front end developer job. But so how you went through that process?
Mhm.
What?
So you wanna, so if you say I worked as a QA and now I'm a front end, so they will be confused which one I have to consider, right? So should we like give a value to your QA skills or front end skills? So I would divide your resume into two, like, okay, your QA, you know it, you can do this kind of tasks, but it's in the past. Okay, so you know it, you can always come back to it, but last 2 3 years you've been doing front end. That will be ideal because maybe this part, like QA part, it's not needed for me. Maybe it's not necessary for me. So I focus only front-end part. But this one is good to have. So I can give more value to this part, your front-end skills. And then during the interview, you can mention it. It's good to mention those, and it will just give you more value, I mean, for the company.
So yeah, based on that, so I have that LinkedIn, so right with 500 plus, but I have my old colleagues there, so where
Okay.
I work as a QA,
Yeah.
and now if I change it to software development, and how it's gonna look like, so is it?
So this is common, okay? In every cohort, we have people who like have their coworkers, colleagues from different field, from QA. So change it, people not gonna look at it. Like maybe 1 out of 20 or 30 people come and see your profile. But most of the time, they will not see your changes unless you are posting something constantly, sharing with everyone, and then they can see, okay, this person's profile is different, or this person's profile, I mean, the title is different now. So if you change it and apply for jobs, you will be visible by recruiters, unless someone specifically searches for it and then
Yeah,
finds
but
out.
so other part, okay, so I will not worry about the colleagues, right? The ex-colleagues, so somebody will see my
Mhm.
changes. But for example, I applied with that resume, with that LinkedIn as a QA lot, right? So and it should be somewhere in the company's databases or recruiters' databases. And when I apply now from the same LinkedIn account
Mhm.
as a front-end developer, but they will have that my old version of resume with QA.
The
How it,
probability is like 20%, because recruiters are talking to hundreds of people every month, every year. So if they notice it or something happens, you can say that's not me, or you can say just okay, I actually changed my career. Now I'm a front end, and I've been doing front end for the last 3 years or 4 years, and you know things change, and that's okay. But it's really low, the chances that someone will notice it.
okay, yeah, because I created a new account, zero connections, but I already have that one. I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
just use your old one. I
Okay.
mean, it's been an common question for other people as well. Like people have
It
uh
shouldn't be a kind of problem. Okay, okay. So
yeah,
recruiters will see and say, okay, you applied. Okay, just go over.
yeah.
So
Just
next.
don't apply to those companies where you had like really good interview or you had a lot of connections with recruiters.
Okay.
Or like it's just you are being too careful. So just try it. If something happens, you can always say like, okay, something changed. I'm not QA anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. We kind of covered LinkedIn, resume,
Can
and
I
let
ask
me.
a
Yeah,
question related to LinkedIn? Is it
yeah.
good idea to put all stuff that I wrote inside the resume, for example, experience inside LinkedIn, or should I create another change?
So for resume, you will create like a shorter version of it. And in the LinkedIn, you can just add more context, like you can give more explanation to your work. So it should be actually, it should match. Your resume should match your LinkedIn. Usually recruiters, they call you, they ask for your resume, and if they like your resume, they will look at your profile, and maybe not them, but their high, like their managers, they will look at your profile in the LinkedIn and then your resume, and then they will invite to the interview. So it should match actually. But if you have more details in the LinkedIn, it's good. It's not problem.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. So whatever you have in the resume, try to just copy it and put it in the LinkedIn. That way you don't have to spend too much time like creating or updating all of them.
The question again. So we had a class with Marat.
Mm-hmm.
For me, he created like the template, like I had a 4 years experience.
Mm-hmm.
I need to create my LinkedIn like based on this information. But if I will have some problem with finding the offers based on my 4 years experience,
Mm-hmm.
I can create another LinkedIn which will have less experience. So I need to create a different account with different names, right? Or
Okay, can you still see? Okay, I'm not sharing, or I'm sharing. You can see my profile. Can you see it?
this part? Yeah, but I don't.
So when you come to the companies, for example, my previous experience, right? I can come here, and as you can see here, it says 6 months.
Mhm.
So instead of changing only one company, you can just remove some of the months here. You can reduce it, like, okay, instead of September, you can say 2 months before, and then you go to the next one. You also reduce here, and it will remove like at least 6 months.
I can
So
just
you
figure.
don't have to every time create new profiles. It's too many work. It's a headache. Okay? Instead, just change it. If it's 4 years is too much, remove the very first company from your resume. So if I remove this part, I will be like, okay, I have started my career in 2019 only, right? If I remove this two, it means, okay, I started my career in 2020. So whatever you put there, they will just assume that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
And during the conversation, you can share, I actually have more experience, but it's not listed in the resume, and it's still okay. It shouldn't be like, it's not like your like, passport, like, okay, you have too many companies or you have like not many companies. So whatever you create here, people will just look at you based on the resume.
And I will not have any history, right, of my editing my profile.
So be careful, only use one email with one LinkedIn. That's it.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break or 10-minute, and then we will continue from there. If you
Yep.
guys want to stay, ask some personal questions, like something that's concerning you, I can answer those.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
Let's take a break. Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy.
You said you can answer some questions now, personal questions.
Yeah.
Dr. Lek, it's
Okay. Just for the sake of recording, I want to repeat it. So, good practice of applying for jobs would be applying for different states first, like remote jobs. And at the beginning, you don't really have to worry what kind of company you're applying. Is it a good pay or not? If it's a small or big company. When there is an opportunity at the beginning, you just say yes, take the interview, and learn from the interview. So first interview, like you shouldn't care about anything. You just go and see, okay, how the interview goes. Like, what kind of questions they ask. Oh, okay. I don't know these questions, how to answer. Okay, I have to know in the future. You can record it, by the way, to your phone, just the sound, I mean, and then like listen it over and over and see, oh, okay, I didn't know this question. I didn't know how to answer this question. Actually, I have an answer, but I couldn't, give a really good answer. So you improve next time. So try to apply to different states, different companies at the beginning, and don't worry about failing. Failing is actually good at the beginning. The more you fail, the more you learn. But if you are afraid of mistake or if you are afraid of failure, then you will not apply. You will be just, try to be like really good. Like you will try to pass every interview, but that's not always possible. So try to apply to different states. Whatever interview is coming your way, take it and see if you can pass those interviews. After some time, let's say you went through 5 interviews, you already know what kind of questions to expect. So when they say what's JavaScript or how to use React, in the first interview, you will be just like mumbling, I use React for this or that. But in the 3 or 4 different interviews, you will improve your answers. So what I usually do, I explain resume, LinkedIn, interview processes, and then we move to mock interviews. Mock interviews, we practice actually. So we can start immediately, and these mock interviews for learning purposes. Okay, we are here to learn. So if you fail mock interviews, it's okay. You have to like experience it. So if you think that you're gonna pass very first interview, then you know you are wrong. So I want you to take some volunteers for the next week, and we will start with, I don't know, like 20 or 30 minutes of interviews. So during that interview, I will ask some basic questions on JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. The most common questions that you will hear from the interviewers. Okay, so I don't know. I don't remember all the questions, but okay, some of the concepts from JavaScript. I will ask, okay, what's the difference between const and let, right? And var. And I could ask, what's the difference between 2 equal sign and 3 equal sign in JavaScript? So this kind of questions just reveals your experience, your level. And then if you can answer those, it means you are good to go. Now you can focus on more advanced questions. So every week we will go through the interview and I will give you some feedback. It was good, this was not good. Uh, Go and recap this topic like objects or promises, or I don't know. There are a lot of topics, but let's take it step by step. First interview should be about HTML, CSS. Um, if you like how I conduct interviews, right? Because I can see some people are like they know all the questions, like all the basic questions. I will, if you are answering simple questions confidently, I will try to ask some advanced questions, like really difficult questions, and then see, oh, okay. And then it tells me that, okay, this person knows the basic questions, but they have to prepare for the more difficult questions. Or if you are okay, we will just move to the next topic. During the real interview, let me also share this document here. Right now you will forget for sure, like because I know like too much information today for you, but market prep guidelines, okay? First 2 weeks we should focus on resume. So while we are doing interviews, you have to finish your resume, okay? If you are not done yet. We have to prepare our current company. Let's say if we are talking about Cargo Fleet or Samsara, we have to prepare like story. How you gonna explain? Let's say, I don't know. Okay, Nursultan, tell me about your current company. Let's practice it right now.
I have no idea how to respond it, to be
Okay, let's
honest.
say you have an idea and try it.
Okay. What was the question?
Tell me about your current company, why you want to leave this
Uh,
company.
I want to leave my current company because I want to improve myself and become a more better developer and
Mhm.
ops face more and face more like more
Challenge?
challenges, yeah.
Okay.
And
Mhm. So you mentioned a lot of red flags here. Okay.
really,
Yeah. So when you are saying about your current company, you don't say anything negative.
But I
So
didn't say anything.
you
Maybe
you
I
said
said
pay is
that,
low
yeah,
and it's not challenging, right?
yeah.
So recruiters, they can already like reverse these answers. So you are saying that I want more salary, I want more challenging job.
Yeah,
You
it seemed
say,
to
what
be.
else? So I immediately understand, okay, you want to leave because your current company is not good.
But
So
what should be a reason to leave the current company?
perfect question. This is like, $1 million question. So if you look it up, Google it, there will be a lot of answers, but I'll give you a simple answer. Usually you say, I spent enough time at this company. Now I think I have to move on. I want to explore different opportunities in the market and I want to learn different technologies. Or specifically, let's say I already send you a job description and you pick some lines from the
Mhm.
description and it says like e-commerce. You say, okay, currently I'm working in a healthcare project, but I am really interested in the e-commerce projects or in e-commerce industry. So that's why I'm excited to apply for your company. So it means like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, this person is interested in our company. So it's a one check. And, you know, questions just follow and then you can answer. So as you can see, right now you just figured out one new answer. So this
Yeah.
means that we have to practice. We have to basically make mistakes and then we will get some feedback. We will change your story. We will try to give the right answers, what they are expecting, what recruiters or what interviewers are expecting. And then it will sound good. It will sound more professional for them. And then you will have more chances to move to the next step in the interview.
Yeah.
Uh, let's say,
I'm sorry, I'm taking the notes. Yeah.
yeah, it's okay. Um, okay, Kai, maybe you can help me. I want to ask your current company, what would you say? Like shortly, let's say 3 sentences. Tell me about your company.
Currently, I'm working for Mass Mutual
Mm-hmm.
underwriting team, but
Okay.
so I want to leave here because I'm in a contract position and my contract, 1 year contract is ending soon, but I'm looking for the full-time opportunities in the fintech.
Perfect. Okay. It was 3, 4 sentences, and Kai covered really important aspects of it. So first of all, he mentioned the company name. Interviewers sometimes they don't know which company you're working for, or they don't know. Like let's say you said Mass Mutual, and I have no idea what kind of company is it. So you give some context, and then what kind of job you are doing, and why you like this project. So it means okay, he got good experience, but it's always okay, right, to go for more. So you say, I want to explore and see different companies. So whatever your company, you have to say good things about it, okay? If you say something negative, it will say, okay, this person is already like focused on the negative stuff. In every company, this person will focus on negative stuff. So try to be positive, always show good attitude. Recent projects also, you should prepare these kind of answers. And ideally, we have to start preparing from today or tomorrow. So if you take this document for you, like as a reference, and finish it in this 1 week or following few days, and then prepare some answers for this question. Recent project. So when I say recent project, it could be your current and then previous, because sometimes it's not impressive for me when you talk about your current company, and I want to know what else you've done in the past, what else you are proud of, and then you start mentioning like, okay, actually in the past I worked for even bigger company, even more challenging project, okay, and day-to-day responsibilities. Ulan, uh, I want to ask you, what is your day-to-day responsibilities?
Uh, uh,
Okay, whatever comes to your mind. Right now, it's not an interview. Like, if you
mhm.
don't know, try like try to give us some not ideal answers.
Like turning class components to
Mhm.
hooks.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
uh, test cases.
Okay. What do you do with test cases?
I just test the components and
Hmm. That's a good answer.
Mhm.
What else
and
could be there? Like everyone can help. Let's discuss it a little bit. What else you guys know as a responsibilities?
He can review code on a GitHub.
Code reviews. Yep.
Yeah,
You
and
do it almost every
also,
day.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
and he can optimize performance with
Mm-hmm.
some tools. Maybe he can
Okay. So
increase it with the
here,
memorization. Yeah.
sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, sorry.
If you don't know what is what is it? Day-to-day responsibilities, you have no idea, let's say. You just come here, open jobs, I don't know, this one or not. And then what you will do, you see here, this is your
Mhm.
answer basically. You don't have to search further. You just come and say, every day I develop services, solve software problems. And then you can say, I participate in different projects, reviewing requirements. So if someone asks, what's your day-to-day responsibilities? You can just get one or two examples from here. Content developer, let's see here. Responsibility. If someone asks, you can say, I design, develop, and test UI for mobile and the web applications. Let's say I ask Ayan, what is your day-to-day responsibilities? And you can say, I build reusable code and I build libraries for future users. Like these are the examples. Okay. Uh, the other question was from, where is it? I lost it. Not here. Here. Yeah. And then recent projects. I don't know from here or not, but you can search for people and then developers. And I'm not looking for jobs, but people. So, and open some of the profiles. And then you can read, okay, designed, developed, or you can see what kind of projects they done. Sometimes you find it, sometimes you don't, but explore, okay? Try to write it down. If you say, okay, I'm gonna remember it, you will forget during the interview, okay? It will work against you. Okay, this part we should cover in 1 or 2 weeks. Give yourself also time, like if you're not done, we can just carry some of them to the following weeks, but try to finish it in 2 weeks. If you prepare now, in 2 weeks, your answers will become really good. Okay? Can everyone understood it? Can you guys thumbs up if you got this part? Okay, 3 people, right?
I
Four.
understand. It's clear
Okay.
for me.
Okay, awesome. That's great. So we will focus on building your story, your uh your responsibilities, resume, 2 weeks. Okay? If it's taking more than 2 weeks, let me know why you cannot do it right now. What's stopping you? And then we will take more time to prepare. Okay? After that, we will be getting closer to the market. So we have to start with technical interviews. So uh, I will give you some topics. Okay, next week we are doing HTML and CSS. So you have 1 week to prepare, and then we can go through the interview like 3 days. Let's say we will start next Monday with HTML, CSS. You will prepare, and you can schedule with me like individually. So you don't have to like do it in front of everyone. If you want to do one by one, let's do it. Like I am available for it. Okay? We will just leave other people in a different room or we will do before the classes and we will see how well you know HTML. It's not like exam, but we have to see how you can answer some of the questions. So one day we can do that. Next day we can do with the half of the class and then the next day we can finish it. Okay? And
Sure,
then,
I see the lead code problems here.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so how we gonna do it?
So in the
Or
lead code, there are simple questions,
yeah.
easy questions. So you should expect it during the real interviews as well. Sometimes they say next step is technical interview, but they
Mhm.
don't reveal any information. So you come to the interview, they're not gonna ask, okay, tell me JavaScript or React. What is DOM? They're not gonna ask these questions. They just ask your current company, what kind of projects you've done, and then they just, okay, let's move to the coding part, and then they just give you code. In the CTEC learning portal, there is JavaScript questions. Did you guys
Mhm.
solve them? Yeah, okay, let's
Yeah.
put some numbers. How many questions you guys solved? Let's put in the chat, like if you remember. Who solved how many questions?
On lead code or in only on CTEC?
In LeetCode, on CTEC portal as well. Like, I just want to know if you are familiar with
My
questions.
portal was blocked for a long time ago. So
And did you solve it or it's still blocked?
it's still blocked. And I
Okay.
tried to sign up with new,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not work. So I just
Okay.
go
Uh,
through lead code. So yeah.
okay, Ayan, your task is to get the portal access as soon as possible. Okay? Take as a main goal, like main task for tomorrow or for today, reach out to Izada and get it fixed because there are a lot of materials, how to prepare, what kind of questions to expect, and you can see previous interviews as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't wait for somebody else to fix it. Go and ask others. Okay, all questions and 10 from LeetCode, good. But it was a long time ago. That's still good. LeetCode,
I
okay.
have code wars, not the lead code with 40 problems on it.
Still works, yeah. That's good. Almost all 22. Okay, that's great, guys. It means you are familiar with questions, right? And during the interview, we will start with easy questions. Like, okay, can you create me um like addition calculator method or something like that? So you will create those. And sometimes we have to challenge ourselves. So we know, okay, turns out I don't know these questions. Now I have to learn from it. So, and then usually I take 1 hour, but it's too long, for one person at the beginning. Maybe we'll do it later. Uh, I put these numbers like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, because in the real interviews, this is how you spend your time. Let's say, um, I don't know, Lavinia, okay? Let's say you are going through your first interview and you have no idea what to expect. So you can have this idea, okay, when you join the call, let's say it's at 1 p.m., you join, and the interviewer, they will introduce themselves like, hey, I am Alex and I've been working for this company and this and that. I am a developer or something. And then they ask about you. You introduce yourself like, I am Lavinia. I'm a front-end developer. I've been doing this job for 4 years. I live in Massachusetts and I like building web applications. And then, okay, great. Now they will ask some HTML, CSS questions just to know if you are familiar with questions. And then they can move to coding part. Sometimes they focus on introduction, first 5 minutes and 20 minutes, they will assess your JavaScript knowledge or React questions. Like they will see your knowledge. If you can answer, it's good. If you cannot, it's also okay. And then they move to coding part. Usually for one or two problems, they will give you 20 or 30 minutes. Okay. It's good that you finished from CTAC, you did some on lead code. So similar. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not. So basically, when I say technical interview, you have to cover this and this. Okay? It's okay
Okay.
if you don't know algorithms, but you can start learning now.
I have a question though,
Yeah.
since the market is started to be more uh, competitive,
Hmm?
uh, has the interview level increased as well? Is it a little bit more difficult, or what's your opinion on that?
So interview questions are the same, but they require more experience. If you know, previously we used to put like 3 years for say tech students. Maximum was 4 years. And we see that in the last like few months, it's not helping students to get calls or get interviews. That's why we are increasing because that's the demand. The market, uh, especially recruiters or companies hiring only people who have 4 or 5 years of experience. So that's the reason. And interview process, mm, it's kind of the same. It depends actually. If you're applying for 5+ years of experience, they will try to ask some difficult questions. But if you're applying for 3, 4 years, then they will ask regular questions.
Oh, okay.
So
Thank you.
uh, during the interview, a lot of things depend on your connection with the interviewer. If you talk really nice, you kind of get to the same level with them, and then um, like you talk about life, not only about technical stuff. So basically, you build good connection. They will have really good impression. And sometimes, if you are get stuck or if you don't know how to solve, they will give you some hints. They will help you because they want to hire people and work together. So you will be working almost every day with those people. And then if you have a really good personality, they will try to help you. If you don't know some of the topics or some of the concepts, it's okay, but they will help you to learn. So try to, build a really good connection, understand the person, and so make sure they understand you, explain. So uh, it's not like, you should pass 100%. Sometimes you can pass like 60, 70%, but they still hire you because you have really good potential. Okay? So this part is really important. As I said, screening part, this is usually done by the recruiters and this part by the engineers. And this part is we can prepare later on. And this is done by the hiring managers. So manager is not gonna ask technical questions. They will not do the screening. So when you pass technical interview, technical screening, hiring manager will invite you for the interview and they will ask how you work with your teammates, how you work with customers, if you can adapt quickly to different environments, if you have a good time management, if you can handle stress, if you can handle strict deadlines, if you can communicate well, if you can express your ideas freely or not. It's not a problem. It's not always like should be perfect, but they just see, sometimes you have difficulties, but you are good with technical skills. It still works out for many, many companies. And don't discourage yourself, okay? We have a lot of alumni, all of them, they coming from different countries, different backgrounds, and people were able to find a job. So you learn and then you evolve as you go. And then they see these kind of things. Yeah. So here I have some examples how to start your introduction. This part, we try to put some rules here because some people disappear and come back. So we want to be, uh, you know, make sure that you see how long is enough to spend to focus on this part, on the first part, second part. Okay? Does it all make sense so far? And remember, if you, let's say you graduated and then we are not doing mock interviews or something, but you still can reach out to me or to any of our instructors, to Marat, and ask for mock interview before your real interview. Okay, let's say you have a real interview with JP Morgan in 2 weeks or next week on Wednesday. This week, you can prepare, ask for a mock interview. So if you cannot answer some questions, it's good. You can prepare now. Okay. So if you need some help, always reach out and ask for questions. So interviewer, they will start usually and then ask you, okay, now tell me about yourself. And then you say, okay, sure, my name is this, I'm a front-end developer. And you can say, my background is in this, but I decided to study IT and currently looking for new opportunities. Or you can say, I have a degree. This is more like a traditional American. This is how they introduce themselves. They tell about their education and their first job, and then why they are moved to different field or why they switch the companies. So these are just examples, okay? When if it's journalism or economics, you can put anything you want. This is the stand-up structure. I added here for different cohorts, so they can learn. You are doing it already, which is good. You are good to go. Any questions from this document? I will share with everyone right now. Okay. Now everyone viewer. Okay. You guys still here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Okay. You were too quiet. Oh, the other one. This part, I will just add it there as well for your reference. Okay. Copy link. And I will just add it here. Okay. When you have questions, always refer to these documents. And if it's not answering your specific concern, feel free to reach out. Okay, now let's talk about what kind of concerns, what kind of like personal questions you have, like something concerning you, or you don't know how to do, or any questions.
Kushtar, yeah, you
Mhm.
already understood my language skills level.
Which is
Just
good.
I couldn't even explain my questions. To be honest, please, will I have really problem with explaining with something in during interview with this level, or do I need to focus to improve my English, or it's not really important for now?
You already asking questions. It's good, right? So if you didn't know, you wouldn't ask question. So you are already practicing it. Next thing, you have to spend more time learning English. So when I say more time, not necessarily going to school. You can watch movies in English. You can translate some music like songs. Like let's say you have favorite singer. See some of their songs, translate it and understand, oh, okay, now I can use these new words. Attend events, talk in English, watch movies, learn how American people speak.
Yeah,
Just
I
spend time like, noticing, oh, okay, this phrase actually used here. Oh, when they ask, I can use this. So practice more and you will get better. It's not like you become really good overnight. It took me several years to speak really good, and it's not that good, but I'm still learning.
okay. Thank you for the answer.
Yeah. So
Excuse me, Kushtar.
yeah.
I'm from previous cohort, and
Okay.
yeah, and I'm not in that group like 24, the documents that you shared.
Mm-hmm. Why you are not in that group?
Because I was from previous cohort.
They didn't add you?
No, I just joined recently.
Okay. Can you ping me in the Slack?
Sure.
Okay. A couple of people asked questions. What about others?
How much
How we get
approximately it takes to find a job? Like, or it usually depends on the person.
Yeah. So if you spend, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So we know, like I know, Marat knows, others know. We went through this, process already. So if you don't practice, if you stay, if you be lazy and then, you know, go, for vacation, meet your friends, oh, something came up, I have to go shopping and others, it will take maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years. But if you study every day, like you have to still take the interviews and see, okay, actually I couldn't answer React questions. Okay, spend some time on React, do more mock interviews and improve every time. It will be like sooner or later you will find a job. So
And
that's why at the beginning I said change your environment. Like, okay, surround yourself with people who are already working. See how they behave. See how they read information, how they learn, how they speak. Do they spend time like watching TV shows, or they read something, or they watch some news. Maybe they watch some YouTube videos about their field of work. Okay?
maybe, what about the personal website portfolio? Do we need to build it, or is
It's
it a good
better if you have
idea?
it. Yeah, if you have it, it's better.
Mm,
So it
because
means that you are preparing for the interviews and you are like fulfilling one of their requirements. So right
mm,
now, you know React, right? You are building some projects. Start building it. It's not like, you should have some ideas, like you have to come up with your own unique ideas. You can just watch some videos on the YouTube, how to build portfolio. There is like, thousands of different videos. Just find one good one, which is like uses React or Redux or some, I don't know, Express or Next.js, and then build it while you're watching it. Spend some time, like 1 week, 2 week, and then you will have a portfolio. Plus, you practice it React now. And you can
mm,
say, I built React. I know how to use hooks. I know how to use, I don't know, functions and other stuff.
yeah, but I mean, if you apply for if you already have experience, you don't need to include it in your portfolio. So you don't build just your own personal projects. You just build job stuff.
But sometimes you have to find a job. You can still can do that.
Still can do that.
Yeah. You see, I showed you the guy from Apple, right?
Yeah.
So he works at Apple,
Yeah, he didn't include any projects.
but he has a GitHub link.
So we can just do as him.
So whatever you built, you can push to your GitHub, right? It will
Yeah.
show you've done some work. So you can build really simple portfolio, like a website, like
Yeah.
simple web page, right? It will have only your information, your links, that's it. So spend
Yeah,
some
yeah.
time, like when you get bored or you don't know what to do over the weekend, right?
Mm.
Sit in the front, like in the morning, do 2 hours, take some time off, go outside, do it in the evening, get obsessed with it for a couple of days, and you will have a portfolio. And you don't have to build it like next time. It will work for you like for a few years. And it applies for everyone, not only like Nursultan only. So when somebody asks, do you have a website or portfolio? You always have an answer. You don't have to say, I have an experience, I have this, but I've been working. You just, show them. It's like,
Okay.
showing off your skills.
It means better to have portfolio, yeah.
Yeah, so it's better because you are a creative person, you are a someone who builds websites. So it should be just part of your skills, part of your application.
Yeah.
Some of
What
the
kind
job
of
descriptions, they will ask for it.
what kind of projects should be there? Maybe something difficult one.
No, try to build like e-commerce or try to build some simple
Simple.
like application, you know. You see, when you apply for jobs, you have to fill out some forms, right? So you can build something similar. So if you start searching in the YouTube, you will see a lot of options. And usually they say clone, like a clone of WhatsApp, clone of Gmail or Facebook, right? So you can try to build some social medias, but simplified version, like not complicated, okay? When I say Instagram, you don't have to build like posting videos or posting comments. You can build just the structure of it and then just try to upload it to your portfolio or GitHub account. Okay, so now you are really getting to the next level because at work you have to do this kind of stuff like, okay, I have an idea, I want to build it. I have to have an image. I have to have a good repository to post these changes, updates. So you will work on it. So pretend like you are working for a real job and this is your task. See how soon you can finish it, how well you can finish it. Let's say it like just you can challenge yourself like, okay, if I finish it, I will get a job, right? Just take as a project. I will do my portfolio and then I will get a job and build it, and then it really boosts your confidence. Now you have a portfolio, you practice some projects, and you can talk about it now.
Is it better now working on our interview questions and preparation to interview, or learn something new? I mean, to add to our resume and maybe to go deep into React stuff.
Yeah, good question. People usually get confused or they don't know which one to prioritize. So, um, the reality, you have to um, prepare everything, but you have only limited time. So whatever important today, let's say you're doing internship, try to spend more time working with teams, because as soon as you join your company, you will have to work with others. You have to understand someone can do it quickly, someone can do it slowly, someone can understand you, someone don't understand you. So try to see, oh, okay, how I have to work, how I can deal in this kind of situations. So imagine your internship is your full-time job. Build something, contribute something, and then ask for feedback. Lead the project, help others, ask for help. So, you know, don't be shy here. Here you are learning. So what you learn here at work, you can just use it. You can just keep, practicing whatever you've done here. And of course, internships are in the evening or afternoons, but you have some time in the morning or over the weekend. During that time, try to focus on your resume, sometimes on LinkedIn, and you have still time, try to focus on your portfolio. Okay, I know it's a lot of overwhelming, a lot of ask, but sometimes do some creative work, sometimes do just, pure typing and adding, clicking, like LinkedIn, your resume. You don't have to really do some cognitive tasks when you are building your resume, right? You don't have to calculate something. So spend some time doing some relaxing job, sometimes do some coding part in the evenings, for example. Sometimes there is no class, or maybe you've done your internship tasks. So now focus on your portfolio. And there will be interviews soon, so you have to prepare, repeat questions, like preparing and learning new stuff. So don't get stressed out. So do as much as you can. Okay, if you are not able to finish it, it's okay. Later, you can spend some time. If you get tired right now, also take a day off. This is my one of favorite suggestions. Take 1 or 2 days off, like doing nothing. And maybe you think about scrolling social media or watching some videos. No, try to go outside. Like put away your phone. You can turn it off. Get outside, like away from your computer and phone. Spend 1 or 2 days and think about how would you do certain tasks. And when you come back, you will be really energized and you will be like, okay, you want to do it nonstop. So what I learned personally, you have to take a good rest to have more energy to work better next day. So weekends, I try to take 1 day off, just relaxing, doing some other stuff. So that way, I don't have to think about resting time or vacation while I'm working. So I've done it like in the weekend. Now it's time to work, study, and while I'm studying or working, I don't worry about vacation. And when I'm vacationing, like resting, I don't worry about work for 1 or 2 days. Okay. I know you've been studying like 6 months, every day, almost every day. You have a lot of tasks. You have your own chores and other stuff. So if you're not able to, take a day off, take some time, let others know, and you will be okay. All right? Any
Yes, sounds
last minute
good.
questions?
Yes, I have
Mhm.
questions.
Yeah.
How we can improve our technical interview or technical skills, like
Mhm.
exactly like for interview?
You take more interviews. So whatever you don't know, take some notes and learn specific topics. Before the interview, uh, let's say uh, you are focusing on JavaScript. Take, I wouldn't say 100, but let's take 50 top interview questions. Okay? Top interview questions or most commonly asked questions. Google it right now, even now. Or I can provide you some. And then
Yes, I mean, mhm.
and then
Just sorry,
see.
I interacting. I just saw. I mean, like not like quiz interview. Like I mean, exactly like algorithms and
Coding part.
for example, yes, they have like built this table, built this get API, fetch API,
Mhm,
write this component, and why you can see this about this code. Yes,
mhm,
this
yeah.
part.
Lead code, code wars, code signal. I will give you a one website. Create an account there and start learning. They will give you really simple tasks on HTML, CSS, and as you pass, it will give you more challenging tasks and you will learn. So this website has some tasks. Um, what else I can remember there? Hmm. Let me see this website. There is a great resource for this. Try to look in this website. Great frontend, and there is a free versions where you can practice different questions, coding questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thank you.
counter and other stuff, it's just coding, and you can focus on React as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will search today and I will search today, but I didn't find nothing good. Thank you for advice.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah. So JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and React. So
So
these are
Kushtar,
really good websites.
when we're done with this, it's gonna be end in the end of this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, so we're gonna stay in the market, or is it market team group, and we'll be having weekly meetings, or how it's gonna be after bootcamp?
Yeah, we will meet once a
Gonna be
week.
live after bootcamp, yeah.
It will be once a week only. Of course, you can reach out to me, we can talk, but we have to sometimes schedule a call, like certain time, not like in the morning, not in the evening. So whenever we have scheduled time on specific topics. Let's say you have an upcoming interview and you don't know how to prepare. You just call me and we see. I can see based on the job description, or I can look up some of the stuff and say, okay, just prepare for React, or just prepare for lit code or JavaScript. But once a week, it's just for, staying consistent, like, because 1 week it's a good time to finish something and come back and show it, or prepare and then come back. So when you graduate, it's not like, okay, now you are free. You can also spend some time doing mock interviews, more interviews. So it's a really good opportunity. Like if you would just study by yourself, like you don't know. You think I know it, but when someone asks questions, it will be difficult.
Is it gonna be on our team or with the previous cohorts alumni?
Maybe previous, I don't know, maybe they will join, maybe they not.
And so how you will help to build the network with the previous alumni who already working? And you mentioned that some alumni are working in some different companies, right? And then they may have some openings, job openings, and they can refer how that works.
You can just look up in the LinkedIn, or you can ask specifically, hey, I'm trying to search for jobs. I don't remember all of the alumni, but let's say you are in a specific area and we will try to search in that area. Or if you're open to relocation, or if somebody tried some interviews, we can say, okay, apply to this company or
You
don't
have
apply.
it's kind of a channel, yeah, for example, for the previous alumni can share React job openings there, and then
Yeah, we have this market. So usually people post there, and we have everyone's channel. So sometimes we post there, and plus we have some WhatsApp groups. So that's really quiet there, but we can ask for this cohort to if some company is hiring right now or not.
yeah, but it would be good because I think
Yeah.
it's also beneficial for those who is working currently in the companies, because companies are paying it's a bonus, reference bonus, right?
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
There is one point. So sometimes you apply through the referral and they don't consider you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
But if it works, it's gonna be
Hmm.
yeah. At least
Yeah.
what-
I will try to ask for referrals from the teams, from different people.
Yeah, because now I've heard that nowadays even some jobs are not going to it's kind of field even before it's published on LinkedIn or
Yeah.
somewhere, because so mostly they're just disseminating the job so announcement
Hmm.
inside the team, or
Yep.
just in the inner circle, and it's easy to fill.
Yep. That's true. So also, try to reach out to random people if you don't know in the LinkedIn. Still, you can ask. Um, that way you learn how to network with real people, like, people that you don't know. That still sometimes helps. Some people are okay, giving a referral. Ulan, where are you from? You didn't join at the beginning. Where are you located?
Yeah, New York.
New York. Okay. Do you know Kai? Do you guys know each other?
Not really.
Okay.
Beck, you already told us what we need to do in 2 weeks. So what topic for the next class?
So next week we can start with interviews right away. So just to warm up, or like if you guys ready, we can do individually. Sometimes we can do like, one by one.
It's on the HTML and CSS part.
Yeah, we will start with HTML and CSS. Sometimes even I divide it for 2 different weeks, like first only HTML and then CSS. But um, we can just do it in 1 week and then, move to the next topics.
Yeah, I prefer this way. Just in my case.
Is it okay for everyone? Next week, HTML and CSS?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 week you will start preparing now. And again, guys, if you don't remember, it's okay. Now, like, you just prove to yourself that you don't remember, and then you will have to just recap some of the topics, read about it. So if you studied before and you forgot, you will have time to repeat it, like you relearn again, and it will be easier to remember now. Okay? So for the next week, we will do mock interview on HTML and CSS. Any volunteers, like who wants to go first? Any order we need to follow?
Oh, is it gonna be just only questions answers, or you wanna give us some task, just implement this?
It depends, like, sometimes I get creative. I ask some questions. Sometimes it's just
Everybody
Q&A.
should pass this interview. I just wanna ask who gonna be first.
Yeah,
Uh, it's fine.
It means it would be a full interview. I'm so sorry.
it's
Full
HTML and
interview.
CSS.
Yeah, full interview. I mean, one person will should ask all questions to all questions, and then the next person, something like that, or randomly.
I will ask
improvise.
most of the questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then maybe sometimes I'll ask others to participate. So they don't get bored or they don't just sit and scroll social media. Okay. Uh, okay. HTML and CSS. Good. We already know our agenda for the next week. Who wants to go next week? Who will be ready? Like, I know things get changed. Uh, if you can join or if you cannot come, let me know. And that way I know, okay, this person didn't go through the interview yet, but make sure, this is really important. Don't worry if you're not ready. Still take the interview. This is like, taking a risk. You don't know, you still go because you never will be ready for the interviews. I always repeat this. You won't be 100% ready to any interview. This is, real stuff. Like you cannot prepare for interview 100%, right? So let's say you spend 20 years in the software engineering and you get another interview. Will you be ready there? You don't know. Like people can
Yeah,
ask different
yeah,
questions.
yeah. I can go as a volunteer.
Okay, good. What about
I will be second.
It's good.
okay.
The first and second will get
I
more
can be last.
basic questions.
Okay.
I can be fourth.
Who is third?
I can be
It was
third.
big tour.
Third, okay. So one thing I noticed, by the way, so when we start interviews, one person will be like really good, and then others like, I don't want to do interview because I don't know. So don't get discouraged, okay? Everyone case is different. Uh, you are not competing here, all right? You are playing your own game, okay? It's about have you, done interview? Have you checked those check marks? So everyone is different.
Yeah, yeah, everybody is competing with himself or herself. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
not with anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you say, oh, this one is because they don't have kids, they don't have like, a job. No, it's only excuses, okay? So I've seen people who have like 2 kids, 3 kids, and they were really good in the interviews and they found jobs. So let's be real. We have 4 people. What's the 5th person?
I can be fifth.
Okay, good. Others, I'm not sure if we will have enough time.
Six. Can
Cool.
we do it?
One. Perfect. Yeah. So if we'll have time, we will do more people. By the way, I will spend, okay, how many? 3 hours we have? For 6 people, I can spend 3 hours, 30 minutes each. And Lavinia left, and who else is there? That's it, right? Okay, we can
Yeah.
squeeze Lavinia too.
So far, yes.
Okay, but taking 3 hours interview, it's sometimes I get tired. So maybe we will just leave it to the next week, or we have to do some other time. So this is the order, guys. Okay?
Yeah, maybe it can be 20 minutes, not 30.
Yeah. So if I see you are ready, you are answering most of the questions, I will try to make it shorter. Okay? So this is for HTML and CSS. HTML, CSS, top asked questions. Okay? And then don't spend too much time preparing for the questions, okay? Try to build your story, your LinkedIn, your answers for the screening questions. When I say screening, it's just like getting your information and getting basic assessment from the recruiters. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, these are technical interviews. So before you get asked for technical questions, you have to pass the recruiter screening. So that's why one of those documents is about screening. I send you in the Slack. So let's focus like couple of days or 3 days for uh, this interview, like HTML, CSS, or you can do like 1 hour, 2 hour on HTML, CSS, and then 1 hour on your profile. Okay, resume, LinkedIn, and other stuff. And at any time, if you don't know what to focus on, let me know. Slack is in my phone, in my computer. If I'm available, I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, I will just give you some direction. Okay, focus on this first and this, and you will have a goal. And if you say like, I will see tomorrow, or I will do whatever I want, uh, your brain will just trick you. So have a goal, especially in the night. Okay, have a goal for the next day. At least 1 or 2 things that has a high priority. Hopefully it was helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording at this moment. Anything you guys want to mention before? Yeah, let me just stop.